Daniel Ricciardo's future in Formula One is in jeopardy. Therefore, he may have a possibility to join Haas F1 for the upcoming season, but the company insisted the driver must initiate contact. After 2 disappointing seasons, McLaren purchased Ricciardo's remaining season under his contract. The well-liked Australian is presently without a job till 2023. The lone American-owned team is one of just 2 with places open for the upcoming season, when Formula One makes its second trip in the country this weekend at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Mick Schumacher has been handed the last 4 races by team owner Gene Haas to demonstrate why he merits a 3rd season in the driver's position. If Schumacher is not kept, Haas and Williams would be the only teams left. No driver has yet been signed for the Haas position alongside Kevin Magnussen, according to Steiner, and he hasn't spoken to Ricardo much since the summer's peak of employment rumors when he sent him a pleasant text. Gene Haas admitted to the interviewer on Sunday that the team had discussed Schumacher's seat with other drivers. Steiner told them, "I want him to determine what he wants to do for himself first before being persuaded into something. He's a fantastic driver, and I'm not sure how he got into this predicament, but I believe he needs to be honest with himself and make a decision." Steiner is perplexed by Ricardo's most recent 2 seasons. Despite having 1 victory last year, Ricardo has been a huge letdown for McLaren and is frequently outpaced by teammate Lando Norris. He will be replaced by rookie countryman Oscar Piastri in 2023. Why Oscar is a better replacement over Ricardo? Before making his Formula One debut over the summer break of this year, Oscar Piastri made headlines when he sensationally revealed that he would not be joining Alpeane only hours after they had confirmed him for 2023. After a fight for his services, the FIA's Contract Recognition Board decided in the team's favor, and it was later reported that the Australian would be racing for McLaren. Although Daniel Ricciardo, a seasoned compatriot who has 8 F1 victories and a big fan following, will be replaced by Piastri, there won't be immediate pressure on him to do well, according to McLaren CEO Zak Brown. Piastri has made a remarkable rise to the F1 ranks. He won the Formula 3 and Formula 2 titles in his rookie seasons, and many predicted he would be the next big thing in juvenile single-seater racing. The McLaren team principal, Andreas Seidl, who was close to Piastri's manager Mark Webber, according to Brown, had Piastri on his radar from the beginning. When Webber competed for Porsche in the World Endurance Championship, winning 8 races and 1 championship in 2015, Seidl served as the organization's team principal. In the end, Brown says, "Andreas is the one I rely on to come forward with what he wants as a driver lineup. We have extremely similar points of view, so I can't mention any decisions concerning the driver or other performance-related decisions that we haven't both agreed with." Piastri was hired by Andreas, who also had a connection to Mark Webber. "I met Piastri in person and am aware of his history, but credit goes to Andreas for tying him. His current resume speaks for itself, and Andreas was the one who made the suggestion, which I wholeheartedly endorsed." Piastri has excelled in junior formulae as a rookie, but what about the young Australian has most pleased McLaren? Brown clarifies, "Maturity for a person of 21. I was quite happy with the way he handled himself in this circumstance this year. For a 21-year-old, that was a lot of pressure, but he comes off as a tough guy." The battle for points. This year's Formula One racing features a thrilling close duel between Alpine and McLaren. Only 13 points separate the 2 teams in the rankings, but their compelling battle also spills over off the field. Since the first Grand Prix of the season, France and Britain, Alpine and McLaren, have been competing against one another to clinch P4 in the Constructors' title. With Alpine having 15 top 10 finishes, 10 of them doubles, and McLaren having 14, the gap between the two has always been razor-thin, and only 5 of those are double. In contrast to its adversary, the British team was able to finish on the podium in the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Analyzing each team's performance throughout the winter testing, it was very obvious that Alpine generally seemed to have a better vehicle. Because it so occurred that a McLaren set a faster lap than an Alpine at the conclusion of the day, all the laps and average pace must be included. It was simple to see, though, that the French team had created a better product if you paid close attention. Alpine, on the other side, displayed greater reliability difficulties even though McLaren appeared to struggle more with pace. It is also important to note that Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso were both far more consistent than the McLaren duo of Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo. This is further demonstrated by Alpine's greater number of double-point finishers. Despite being in his second season with the club, the Australian driver had trouble keeping up with his McLaren. To end things off, the future looks unsure for Ricardo. Let me know what his options could be in the future. See you in the next video.